Okay, the purpose of this video is to show the results of having cleaned off the glue, which was a big mistake, and the prior intake manifold gasket for the Edelbrock Performer. Now, I did not place glue on any of these gaskets, any of the prior gaskets, and I'm not going to place glue on any of the gaskets I'm about to place on now. Now, first things first, No Lift of VABuick.com suggested that I come out, clean off the intake, as I did, running my hand across it as though I were trying to read Braille. I feel no lumps, nothing sticking up. Now, this is just burned in, whatever, and as a matter of fact, I cautiously use this baby. Cautiously, very cautiously. And that's done. I don't have the leveler, Mike, unfortunately. So I'm going to place the 1-inch spacer on the Edelbrock to check for any wobble. I already checked for wobble prior to this video, not to waste you guys' time. There's absolutely no wobble. And this is without the gasket. My hand here, nothing wobbles. It's perfectly on, and this is what it looks like inside. Now, let me see something here. What is this? Let's see, make sure these bolt holes are... Now, this bolt hole's straight here. This straight here. This one does not line up. Okay, that lines up now. Okay, this lines up. Now, let me look inside. Great. Is this normal, or should I change spacers? I notice over here on the passenger side, or B on the spacer, 4-hole 1-inch spacer, you can see intake manifold material here, which could be a slight restriction. And over here the same. So you guys, VABuick.com, YouTube, please chime in. Let me know if I should change this 4-hole 1-inch spacer. Okay, there's no wobble. Moving on. Now, this gasket, don't laugh, guys. I'm not sure if it goes writing up or writing down. But this first, just a test. Writing up. That's great. That's great. Okay. Now to put the studs back. Let me put these back as they originally were. No, this went like this. This is a temporal thing here. I'm going to tighten them correctly, slightly more later. Oh, happy 4th of July, everyone. Happy Independence Day 2012. And one thing, I noticed when I took the last, well, the back passenger side stud out off the intake. Okay, no, it's going in now. All right, never mind. Disregard. That's just a temporal thing here. Boom. Why boom? That is so back in the day. 1-inch spacer. I'm gonna check how this baby slides on. If there's any restrictions or anything like that. Apparently not. That's great. And again, guys, let me know if these 4 holes are restricting air and fuel flow. This is on the passenger side. Oh, also, No Lift spotted this, which I had the brace upper alternator brace in the front, which is totally wrong. So No Lift did mention something about my probably having to take this off, use a rubber mallet to get it back straight, or I'm not sure. But let me know. I don't feel this is grabbing in enough. This bolt, I do not feel it gets enough alternator. So guys, let me know. And I put the locking washer on this side so it would stay, you know the story. But anyways, moving on, it's the fuel line that feeds the HOLLEY850 double pumper, blocked off with the Regal blue glove. And I only bought those two, that one gasket out here, and the 1-inch 4-hole spacer, just to check that out, just to test that like that. I'm going to leave it as is, cover the intake again, and come back out later. And this is the Scotch Brite pad. It's my little invention. Putting it over the intake. It's not my invention of the Scotch Brite pad. But anyway, so far so good. I just want to make sure everything's everything. Come back out later, throw the double pumper 850 on, and see what happens. That's about it for now. It's really hot out here. I'm not even going to show myself. Let me show my Stage-2 torque with the crankshaft of a Buick 455 V8 on my forearm. I know I have a Stage-1 motor. I understand that. But I planned originally, prior to this tattoo, to get a Stage-2 motor, but I could not afford it, and it worked out for the better. Let me crawl with this Stage-1, and then walk and run with Stage-2 later down the line. MSD 6AL ignition -2. It's been working fine. I need to pop these valve covers off. I haven't done that yet, Mike/No Lift. I'm going to do that. Let's check out what's going on in there. And that's about it for now, as I stated. Now, at this point, I wish I would have brought the carburetor out. I didn't plan to go to go this far. But anyway, that's about it. And the power steering pump, I need a replacement. Thus far, I put the, what is that, Lucas power steering stop leak. It worked on Ginger's RAV4, Toyota RAV4. Her racket pinion is totally shot, but that's been holding it up for about 5 months already now. So I feel it would do wonders on this GM setup. And that's oil change. First things first, double pumper, then I go back to my initial oil change. And that's about it. Everything else has been fine. I think that this would make my third oil change. Third or fourth. Yeah, this would make my fourth oil change since I've had this motor in my possession / in this 1987 Regal. And this tells the tale right here. Stage-1 Buick, 462 cubic inches, TA 290 08H cam with 509-inch lift. The duration, I feel, is something around 247, between 241 247, but I think the Hemi Killer is 241 duration. But so far, so good. I just can't wait till this baby runs again, you know? And what else? That's it. All right, people. And then I'm going to address placing these fans, dual Doral 4000 CFM pullers. Place those directly onto the cooling cores of the radiator, opposed to, as we can see, about what, 2 inches away from the radiator. And that should bring my temperatures down to the appropriate less 15 degrees, which should have me around, what, at 190, even when beating the hell out of the car on a hot day. All right, I don't want to leave, but I need to move on. I'm going to go get the carburetor, but first, when I get in the house, I'm going to freshen up, upload this video, of course, and post it on v8buick.com. Those guys have helped me so much with this car. You know, many times I wanted to give up because this gave me more problems than my first 455 Regal, but it wasn't as intense as this one. It was just a base motor with a Lunati cam, 501-inch lift. Scotty of PG Performance at the time in Brooklyn set that up for me. Scotty's a bastard. In all due respect, in a loving way. He's the man. But anyway, so far so good. And I thank Dan Smith of D&S Performance of building this 1973 Buick 455 Stage 1 motor for me correctly. I'm very grateful. So far so good. Soon this baby will be back in the street.